Honorable Mayor Martin DeWitt, Chairman, and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commission in regular session met the 22nd day of July 2024. Resolution in reference authorizing Hawkins County to join with certain areas within Tennessee in an opioid abatement agreement and approving the related settlement agreement. Whereas the opioid epidemic continues to impact communities in the United States, the state of Tennessee, and Hawkins County, Tennessee. And whereas Hawkins County has suffered harm and will continue to suffer harm as a result of the opioid epidemic. And whereas the state of Tennessee and some Tennessee local governments have filed lawsuits against opioid manufacturers, distributors, and retailers, including many federal lawsuits by Tennessee counties and cities that are pending in litigation captioned in reference National Prescription Opioid Litigation, MDL number 2804, Ohio. The MDL case is referred to as the opioid litigation. And whereas certain pharmacies have proposed settlements that Hawkins County finds acceptable and in the best interest of the community. And whereas the Tennessee Legislature enacted Public Chapter number 491 during the 2021 session of the 112th Tennessee General Assembly and was signed into law by Governor Bill Lee on May 24, 2021, which addresses the allocation of funds from certain proposed opioid litigation settlements. And whereas the state of Tennessee, non-litigating counties, and representatives of various local governments involved in the opioid litigation have proposed a unified plan for the allocation and use of certain prospective settlement and bankruptcy funds from opioid litigation. And whereas participation in the settlements by certain Tennessee cities and counties will materially increase the amount of settlement funds that Tennessee will receive from pending proposed opioid settlements. Now therefore be it resolved by the County Commission of Hawkins County, Tennessee, that Hawkins County finds that participation in the settlement is in the best interest of Hawkins County and its citizens because such a plan would ensure an effective structure for the commitment of settlement funds to abate and seek to resolve the opioid epidemic. Section 2, Hawkins County hereby expresses its support for a unified plan for the allocation and use of settlement funds. Section 3, that the Hawkins County Mayor is hereby expressly authorized to execute the formal agreements necessary to implement a unified plan for the allocation and use of such settlement funds. Section 4, that the Hawkins County Mayor is hereby expressly authorized to execute any formal agreement and related documents evidencing Hawkins County agreement to the settlement of claim and litigation specifically related to Kroger stores. Section 5, that the Hawkins County Mayor is authorized to take other action as necessary and appropriate to effectuate Hawkins County participation in the settlement. Section 6, this resolution is effective upon adoption if the welfare of Hawkins County, Tennessee requires it. Mr. Chairman, I second.
We've got a motion from Commissioner Palmer, second Commissioner Thacker. Are there any questions?
Do we know how much that settlement's going to be?
We do not. It just depends on how many entities participate.
Okay. Well, that could be some of the money that you could use for law enforcement here.
Okay. With all due respect, some of those opioid settlements have very, very strict regulations we have to go by. We just have to see what it is when we get it. It doesn't necessarily mean we can put it in any kind of general fund. Just for your information. Any other questions? Hearing none, let's go ahead and vote, please.
Yes.
All right, resolution passes. Thank you. Number 2024-0702, introduced by Commissioner Roach.
The Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commission regular session met the 22nd day of July 2024, authorizing Hawkins County to join the state of Tennessee and other local governments in amending the Tennessee State Subdivision Opioid Abatement Agreement and approving the related settlement agreement. Whereas the opioid epidemic continues to impact communities in the United States, the state of Tennessee, and Hawkins County, Tennessee, and whereas Hawkins County has and will continue to suffer harm as a result of the opioid epidemic. And whereas the state of Tennessee and some Tennessee local governments have filed lawsuits against opioid manufacturers, distributors, and retailers, including many federal lawsuits by Tennessee counties and cities that are pending in the litigation captioned in National Prescription Opioid Litigation, MDL number 2804. And whereas Hawkins County has previously joined settlements with multiple pharmaceutical distributors, manufacturers, and retail pharmacies. Whereas Kroger Company, a retail pharmacy and grocery chain, has proposed a settlement that Hawkins County finds acceptable and in the best interest of the community. Whereas the Tennessee Legislature enacted public chapter number 568 during the 2024 regular session of the 113th Tennessee General Assembly and was signed into law by Governor Billy on March 15, 2024, which would apply the statutory provisions passed in 2021 to the new settlement of Kroger Company if it becomes effective. And whereas the state of Tennessee, non-litigating counties, and representatives of various local governments involved in the opioid litigation have adopted a unified plan for the allocation and use of certain prospective settlement and bankruptcy funds from opioid-related litigation. Whereas the Tennessee State Subdivision Opioid Abatement Agreement, the Tennessee Plan, sets forth the framework of a unified plan for the proposed allocation and use of settlement funds. And whereas amendments to the Tennessee Plan would extend its terms to the proposed Kroger Company settlement and would clarify some language concerning the allocation of certain settlement funds. And whereas participation in the settlement by a large majority of Tennessee cities and counties will materially increase the amount of settlement funds that Tennessee will receive from the pending proposed opioid settlement. Now therefore be it resolved that Hawkins County finds that the amendments to the Tennessee Plan are in the best interest of Hawkins County and its citizens because they would ensure an effective structure for the commitment of settlement funds to abate and seek to resolve the opioid epidemic. The Hawkins County hereby expresses its support for a unified plan for the allocation and use of settlement funds as generally described in the Tennessee Plan. That the Hawkins County Mayor is hereby expressly authorized to execute the amendments to the Tennessee Plan, and the County Mayor is hereby authorized to execute any formal agreements necessary to implement a unified plan for the allocation and use of settlement funds that is substantially consistent with the Tennessee Plan and this resolution. That the Hawkins County Mayor is hereby expressly authorized to execute any formal agreement and related documents evidencing Hawkins County's agreement to the settlement of claims and litigation specifically related to Kroger Company and any other settlement of opioid-related claims that Tennessee has joined. That the Hawkins County Mayor is authorized to take such other action as necessary and appropriate to effectuate Hawkins County's participation in the Tennessee Plan and this settlement. This resolution is effective upon adoption, the welfare of Hawkins County, Tennessee requiring it. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
A motion from Commissioner Roach, second Commissioner Thacker. Any questions? Hearing none, let's go ahead and vote, please.
Yes.
All right, thank you.